Hello everybody, this is Kevin Jenner Productions, back again for a little quick video. And in today's video I thought I'd talk about a pretty popular engine that people see in my videos. And that is my Union Pacific Challenger numbered 3977. This is a very unique engine in the fact that it is well, first of all, it's a very unique type of Challenger. It's not like the 3985, which has no smoke deflectors. This has smoke deflectors, but as you can also see, there's a coal load on this. And the real locomotive, which is still in existence, it's somewhere in Nebraska from what I've heard. It's in UP Greyhound. It's a pretty nice looking locomotive. Compared to this is a pre-oil conversion, pre-Greyhound scheme. And this was, well, I'm assuming this is a 40s scheme when it was done, when the locomotive was built. That's the only consistency I can find, because it has all the appliances for a coal-fired locomotive. There is an ash pan present. There's all the main appliances for a coal burner. But the real engine is an oil burner. Interesting. But the engine is, of course, not like a normal Rivarossi by the standard sense. It is a custom, and you can even see that in the shot. There is a sense that the smoke deflectors were custom made, and they were. They were made by a gentleman named Ted, and he was customizing this engine to look like the actual 3977. He never got done with it. He had two tenders with this engine. This one was just the black tender, and he also had one that was coming up in the Greyhound appearance. However, the engine never got painted Greyhound, so I ended up just kind of putting these two together and calling it an engine. And if I can get the engine together, it's not easy. Also, I'm doing this while looking through the camera. Come on. Got it. And as you can see, this is a large engine, the second largest engine I have besides the big boy. However, this is actually the only articulated engine besides the Y6B that can actually run on 18-inch radius curves. And that's why I love this thing so much. It's very good at running on minimum radius because it's articulated. And when this thing does a curve, it's very nice. You know, it's not too sloppy. I can't run the big boy, so I don't use it. And I've kind of grown less favorite to it because I can't run it. I love running these things. And the 3977 it runs a little frequently. I bring it out rarely now because I'm in college. Well, as you can see, I'm living in a dorm room. Say hello to all the stuff that's there. But I can't really bring the engine out into like a full railroad. I have to kind of just lay up some easy track, and this thing it goes down there and it does its job very well. This is a very reliable engine, and I attribute that to the red box drive, which is, it's a flywheel motor, and it has two gearboxes in it, which run the two sets of drivers. And this has just been a great engine overall. I'm very satisfied with how it's ran. It has had to get some cosmetics done to it, though. I'm going to go into that. So if I pull the tender off first, because that's the most supple bit of cosmetic change that's happened to the engine, if I can focus. Focus, damn it. You'll notice right there on the coal, above the coal load, there's a extra piece of plastic that's not consistent with the rest of the frame up here. That is actually a piece of a PLA brim that came off of a 3D print I was doing. And I needed it because the engine, unfortunately, one day, I don't know exactly how it happened, but the engine came off and fell to its side, and this piece came off, so I couldn't find the piece, so I then decided to just measure it up with some tools, and I don't have the tool on hand, but I measured it to about 2 millimeters, so I cut 2 millimeters worth of PLA off of a scrap brim and just attached it with some Bond-It. Came out very good, I think, and from a distance it doesn't look too bad, and if you look up close you can kind of tell that someone loved this thing so much that he was willing to fix it. Okay, that was a poor sense of words, but that's what this is. This is an engine that's kind of gone And then the next part would be the actual locomotive. If I bring it over here, I know the lighting's kind of weird. I've got neon lights on and everything, but enough of that. But the engine had smoke deflectors, and these are, of course, custom pieces that the previous owner had done, and they were painted with acrylic. Now, I did not do the full acrylic painting. I just simply touched up the bottom. That was all. So my stroking is a lot smoother than the acrylic that went on. But it's not too bad. I mean, for what Ted was doing with this thing, he wasn't perfect with it, but he did have a sense of where he was going. And if I go to the other side, you can see that well, I need to fix the brackets up there, but that's a quick fix. But again, if I turn the engine to the side, that's a very smooth job, although it's acrylic. Now, it's a very neat job, and that's another interesting reason why I like this thing. It's such a unique engine. It stands out pretty significantly. I mean, if we look above me, I have C&J locomotives now. I have 2 Trainmasters and an I think that's an H1444. I have to reallocate myself on what that is. But this thing stands out. It's a unique engine. It stands out in my collection more than the Y6B or anything like that, because it's such... Well, first of all, it's the only engine in my collection that has the proper smoke deflectors, even though they're custom. It's really well done, and I've always found it to be a very well done model. In fact, it sits here in my dorm room, sits against the windowsill as a reminder of the amazing craftsmanship that went into it. And I'm pretty fortunate to have the engine in my collection. And I'm impressed with this thing more or less, and I love this thing. It's a great runner. It runs very smooth. It's not failed me once since fixing it, and it's just an awesome engine. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like saying it's a terrible engine. It can't pull any cars. This thing can pull some load. I had a video of it going I think 2 videos back. It was pulling a bunch of the box cars that I had just converted to KD. These cars were my grandfather's, but these cars had some weight, they had some heft, they had some wear on them, they had it all. But this thing just goes out there and it does its job. It's not inefficient, it's very efficient for where it is. And I hope to really show some videos in the future of this thing doing what it was meant to do. You'll see more 3977 in the future, as you will see the C&J engines. Please come back in the next few weeks. You're going to love what I'm putting together. But thank you for listening to my quick little TED Talk. This is Kevin J. Productions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.